Aki locked this one in. We've talked about him extensively as really enjoying these AP junglers.
Lilia.
Doesn't go for the Talia, but does go for the Lilia. And again, this isn't necessarily about like comboing with your mid laner or your soul laners. I think it's about now. So gonna give up an early Drake and pick this one up. One thing I want to look out for is what Rift we are going to get, because if
Smite is available, and Hacker just needs to land it down, waiting, gets it, Shockwave in there as well as eStar. Now going to get slept down. No one's picked up the Herald, but they don't care. The fight's more important with First Blood going down. Dragon at least leads OMG to that double dragon to start game off. You wanted to see the Ocean Lyric, of course, for OMG's composition. We're going to get that answer very shortly. Shalcy is going to try and cue that one. We've seen that in the LPL before.
So if he did want to go something like Ludens, I wouldn't be too surprised, but I think, Cole.
It is a Rakan, though, so we can turn this play. OMG have walked into the choke with Rat there. They're going to get a double-man knock-up, and Eric getting low with the Ignite. Shalcy backs away, and this is why you don't chase a Rakan. As Cold at half health still wants to escape, Rat, all he needs is a second skin
here. Oh, Shalcy's looking for a flank.
Going to go down 4K. Swell Seed's out as well, and OMG, for the most part, still going to be hitting this dragon down. Eric's there, and for the steal, Ragnarok into the pit, he just takes it away. Does he care? No, Shockwave whiffs as well. Emperor's Divide sandwiches, and Shalcy gets the backline engaged. This is over, ladies and gentlemen. It was what I would say. If Eric didn't just find the Samira ult, this champion is absolutely busted when there's not enough CC. eStar get wiped, Shalcy gets knocked up, Eric's on the follow-up, and you know what? Samira wins the play.
I mean, it definitely felt like more of a blunder on eStar's end, Hysterics. They definitely have the CC to lock Samira down. Obviously, a lot of it just coming out early. The Emperor's Divide, the Renekton W. Shalcy wasn't even in the play when it started, as we saw him use his W to try to escape. So, locks them all down when it wasn't really needed at that point.
Very true. We're going to see a fight again, though, Lyric. Unfortunately, you don't get the talk as Shalcy tries to engage.
And see if Shalcy wants to look for a potential flank again, or if he just wants to play front to back. I don't think Rakan in this instance really needs to look for a flank. You know OMG are going to run into you.
4K going in for the engage. Cold first. Double man knockup on the back end as well. Where's Eric? He's still here with 1600 on the dragon. Cold gets low. Shockwave only onto one, but it's Irma. He uses the ultimate, sends it back into the team. That's kind of inting, Lyric, because now Eric has a fun time yet again. Onto ZS. You'll get another one there as Hacker is left by his lonesome. The dragon goes over to eStar, but the fight is kaput.
And now OMG going to be able to turn this like wave clear and siege potential coming out from that Orianna. Still, it's going to be a bit hard for them to break down a lot of those faster. Again, the big problem is that OMG don't really have a lot of long-range tools to actually perform a siege, especially up against the likes of something like an Azir. So it's going to come down to a lot if they can use
Play
tempo.
them well. Here comes the flank. Dominus use. He's a speedy boy onto Eric. They want to kill this Samira, but the bot comes out from Cold to zone him away. The pulverize as well. Cold's going to take one for the team as Eric is still zoned out without too much lifesteal. They go back in and Cold will die first. Eric knocked up yet again, but Aki in with the sleep. Now it comes through onto two people. Hacker and ZS, down they go. As Samira bopped in again, but this time eStar still have Rat on the back end with New boppling away. That's not English, I know, but eStar now want to turn the fight onto Irma, who's on the back end, and New heals up so much. These fights have been messier than a pie on your face for New Year's Eve, with a triple kill going over to New, and ZS and you are going to fight it out. This is the silliest game of the split. I'll call it now. He'll get dunked, and that was bloody insane. At this point, pretty much doesn't die, and he's got a stopwatch as well to get that cooldown back up now. While I'm having a chat here, OMG do move to Soul Point with the Ocean Dragon. Hacker's there, he's a beefy boy, and the Viking gets bopped back. Cold running in first without the rest of the team. Two-man pulverizer, Shalcy in for the flanking position. Rakan gets everyone up with the quickness as Rat is zoned out, hit by Eric, who heals up. Now it's time to hit that S ranking. It's a double kill. It's Irma with the ulti again, but into the backline. It doesn't matter. It goes all the way of OMG, but left with Wooming and Shalcy. It ends up being Wooming favored. New comes in. Again, he doesn't die because this Aatrox is the embodiment of hell on earth. You believe in that stuff? Well, you do now. New will dunk him, and that's the full-blown ace. Give him that extra bit of oomph as teleport being burned. Cold sitting on him. This cow means business, and he just bops Irma away. Irma wanted the kill.
So we're going to get another team fight.
And you know what? Xiaoxi's been caught. Sleep's going to be put down as well. And just because that's on the support doesn't mean it's not big, because it's massive. Xiaoxi will drop immediately. Ragnarok, Chilling Smite used. Remember, that's not going to do too much, but Hacker's still slowed by the Swell Seed. Cold waiting for the headbutt Pulverize to get in front of him. Doesn't end up working. Unbreakable Will there. He flashes immediately, bops him back into the team, and Hacker doesn't have that ulti, as we just saw. He will eventually drop down as OMG have a numbers advantage. Going in, healer number 1 in ZS is here, but into the backline. Samira presses R, goes golden, and I think Eric may have sacrificed his life. A little bit inty, but news here. And even with the turret, he's not going to die. Cold going forward, and this Fiesta is no longer a siesta in the LPL. New gets set up for the double kill for Wooming. Give him the triple kill, and OMG are now going to run it home.
Yeah, OMG just taking over with these team fights. Death timers are probably too long. OMG should be able to close out this game.
Eventually, we could get there, Lyric. 40 kills, 34 minutes. This is what we remember about the LPL, just not the style, we could say. As the first Nexus turret goes down, the Nexus turret number 2 at the ready. And Xiaoxi wants to persuade this one to go even further. 1 second till Olaf comes up. Everyone needs to hit the Nexus. It's getting close, but it is game 1 for OMG.
Yeah, and overall
Jungler here, 80 jungler versus 80 jungler, in fact. And that all will be locked in the end. So Lyric, take me through eStar first, because there's a very different composition with a bit of mid-jungle threat.
try and turn a pick into a 4v5 or look for a flank with Camille. So there are tools available. It's just much harder to execute. Oh.
Xiaoxi's popped back. He went too deep. Okay, he's gone. Well, he's a little bit low as mid lane Hacker's here. Now, you wonder how the Blind Monk sees that Wooming's overextended, but he feels it in the force. Flashes with Cripple. Sonic Wave waiting. Wooming doesn't get though, and Irma's like, I don't know if we're going to do this anymore. New still low. Shield Duran used. Bella's Breath there, but they flash. Immediately, the Winds of War predicted them. Hacker's now up here, and Irma making the roam. Lyric, he set this up so well. If he shadows or goes in, doesn't matter. Sonic Wave resonating strike, and Hacker doesn't have ulti, but the Winds of War there again, waiting for the searing charge. Irma's trying to be a big brain today, and he'll help Hacker get his second kill in the process.
Yep. Oh, though, Xiaoxi wanting to be aggressive.
We're going to see second skin passive comes up. Eric gets low. Bop here from Cold in the end. As top lane, we're diving onto Wooming. The hero's entrance, Wooming stuck. And these solo laners flourishing with the help of Hacker. While bottom lane, if it's a solo kill, now you put it in the bin.
Sword Art and kind of trained under him. One thing Sword Art would do a lot on the Flash Wolves roster when they brought in MMD was make these
deal with him as Shockwave user clear the wave again. Punch down with Demolish. And Irma gets first turret blood. 600.
Also, you at this point, right, you have 3 lanes of priority. Hacker can do whatever he wants.
Perspective, you know, keep yourself alive. He hasn't had too many interactions with the enemy team, but that time will come. Capitalize and kill the Scissor Leg Lady, but turret's just going to go down. They finally engage. Hextech ultimatum with the hero's entrance. Cold going to get knocked up. He's in the unbreakable. Got to keep eyes on him. The level 11 Camille against New, who's 10. Very different roles in the fight to capitalize. The eye of what we've seen at the start of the split, holding the lane well. Meanwhile, Irma's just absorbing pressure up in this top side, while Hacker's getting a free dragon. Look at the bottom lane. Herald's going to push in some minions. This is like, you know, maybe like an artist and the fans trying to back them away so you can get into the venue. The venue's waiting.
So even though it doesn't look like they're necessarily expanding their gold advantage, is Xiaoxi.
Oh, Solar Flare. OMG starting the fight, but I think they might end it as Hero's entrance comes in. Hacker flies through like the wind. OMG with a numbers disadvantage, but they still engage. Xiaoxi gets pulled back with the Shockwave, and Hacker taking the 4th shot in the end. He has to flash too as the now to eStar for this Ocean Soul.
Like, it's weird because it's kind of cheeky in the sense that it does stop OMG from being able to go to Dragon themselves. So you're kind of pulling their... I expect eStar to be able to break open this bottom... Oh, maybe I'm wrong as New gets traded on.
See, it's ultimate used, actually, in the Hextech ultimatum. Sonic Wave misses, but New getting tagged down. He's ignited. Irma gets the kill, and the turret goes with it as well. Onto Cold, who absorbs the damage. OMG now kiting back as the kick from Wooming may have secured the game. Hacker's done all he can as Wooming has to flash away. It's everyone forward. The committal there from eStar as the Justice Punch once again onto Eric, who's left teamless with a double kill over to Rat and eStar. This time they ain't making mistakes. It took one massive punch and an anticlimactic ending. But at least we're going to game 3 as Eric has to stand there and watch.
I just love that eStar throw the textbook out the window. They don't need to try to pull the members of OMG apart. They just go, hey, I'm going to ult this guy. We're going to kill him, and we're going to end the game. We are 1-1 in this series. Yeah. Aki and New were pretty much taken out of the game completely.
It was a one-sided affair for the whole duration of the game. That's why it ended in 28 minutes flat. And eStar did a really good job playing through that side lane. And as we're about to go into game number 3, we've got players to highlight. We already talked about Hacker versus Arky, and jungle difference definitely a thing in this series. But also, you know, Xiaoxi was a big part of that, big proponent, because he was roaming with Hacker. You talked in game about his ability to say, hey, pull in the Vayne. Rat-a-tat-tat, wrong champion, but it's Vayne locked in with Xiaoxi set.
And we've had a lot of conversations. Dicey, but at least we'll get a bit of XP back, and actually Irma's making his way up. But Wooming is ultimate. Wooming is ultimate, Hysterics.
Okay. So you can see, played on Mysterio, Xiaoxi. Oh no, well, worth a shot. Okay, back to the drawing board, you lost the turret.
To be fair, he has Hex Flash. It's not the biggest loss, but OMG are going to be able to secure this turret anyway, and it should equal out.
Such a 200 IQ move. Hey, Dragon goes down. We now have an Infernal Rift.
Carry threat-oriented team, which feels weird because Aatrox and Olaf will definitely deal a lot of damage, but in the late game...
Eric, Solar Flare's coming down. You know what? Xiaoxi's dead. First blood goes over to the Tristana, and all of a sudden, Hacker's in as well. Shockwave used that whiffs. Eric saves the... And now for OMG, you know, moving this top side, that's a good steal for Hacker of his own buff. As the engage starts, teleport there, over the wall, Eric comes in, great condemn from Rat, but meanwhile the fight on the other side, Xiaoxi works his way in to maybe be dead again. The undertow landing the first time, the second time, and New on the Aatrox. Oh my god, the dunk comes on down with a rocket jump on top of that. Eric resets City up there while Hacker's bloodthirsty. These two teams can't help it. They're like, hey, let's go back to game 1. A double kill for Hacker. Aki's there from the rim, though, and Hacker now has the same level as he gets pulled on in. Ragnarok immediately pulls into Hero's entrance. Only hits Dragon. None of eStar is new. With the flank, Rat kiting back as well. Look at the position of this Vayne as Xiaoxi keeps him safe. New hit hard. He doesn't have that much sustain yet, and Rat feeling himself. Get him a double kill. Cold goes back in. It's Vayne time for another triple kill.
Rat coming in massive, and a lot of nice plays coming out from him. We saw ZS doing a nice job of kind of playing that frontline role.
This is just bashing down these turrets, so we'll have that discussion another time while ZS will be the first here and the Galio up in that top lane Wooming.
Fully stacked is just going to be insane, comboing with this Kraken Slayer as well, being able to
Real Flash back up and available again. If OMG get this, they'll move to Soul Point. News over by the flank in a position that, Lyric, you've talked about for good Aatrox players. You want to play the front line, you want to play from that flanking angle. And that's exactly where he is for now, with ZS matching him. Dragon's been started. Hacker walking in. Xiaoxi here as well. Cold with the ZS blade. Flashes in. He wants the backline. He's on the Rat. And he's set up the heroic entrance. Wooming flies in first. Eric's having a good time now as well. And they're in a choke. Rat trying to outplay. He hits Eric once, twice. Tumbles away. He's gone invisible. He's run out of his ultimate. And New's taken him down. That one was carried by Cold as he sets up the engage. Hacker's the only one left, and you know, even with Gore Drinker, he's soon to drop. Take it all. OMG are back in the game.
They could even potentially look to start a Baron play right now, but at the very least, they take the Dragon, recalls are going to come out, and we can start putting down some vision in the top side.
Cold makes the play with Wooming's ultimate on top as they get a turret.
They have TP though, Hysterics. He has to walk the long way here.
True. So for OMG, they're going to have a man down at 4K. This is going down fast with the help of Rat, who's doing this true damage to the Baron. The steel bolt's there. Set can't get the ulti. Shouts, it's stolen. Walk right on in. And Arky just says, oh, thank you for the leash. As eStar now have to kite back. Look at Rat. He's still alive. New wants him, but he's safe. New jumps on in, and he's going to die. While eStar, they may not get the Baron, but the team fight with Eric, the only one left alive, is definitely theirs. Hacker on the chase and Eric waiting to rocket jump. A Q again. Sniped down, and OMG erased.
Massive win from the side of eStar. Doesn't matter that they didn't get the Baron. They're going to pick up all the kills. Should be able to get some turrets and more of this play as well. And it's just kind of disappointing, right? Because New wasn't there, so it doesn't matter that Aki got the steal. They still had to funnel in to try to get that steal. It was numbers disadvantage on their part. eStar were able to turn and say, okay, we're going to clean up this fight in the early game, but of course, off of some of these recent skirmishes.
He's got Ragnarok. He can't be sunned down. He can just run this out, but it depends. They're going to use the hero's entrance right down as well. OMG for the counter engage. Xiaoxi ults out Wooming, which I think was just shocking. And now, looking in the backside, Aki's still getting chased. Well, it's an absolute mess. Eric and Rat are still alive, and I'm trying to find Rat. He's up here, onto Wooming. The Vayne needs the Silver Bolts, gets the true damage, and down will go for a double kill. Eric now trying to run away, and the Vayne better, a triple kill to follow suit. Xiaoxi on the chase, and this series has just been the epitome of League of Legends. Xiaoxi over the wall. Eric, does he have another rocket jump? The real question. He wants to turn the blade. He will in a second. Is he going to die? Yeah.
I just wonder if eStar can close, which they actually definitely can. I don't need to wonder. 20-second death timers.
Oh my god, it's done. Colt's trying to defend onto the Nexus turret. And yep, that's it. There's a full-blown ace, and eStar are going to run it home. I don't know. I don't think eStar or OMG won this series, but I think the viewers definitely did.
I just don't know how we go from a replay. We pop